Being in a band, it's something I've always wanted to do for a really long time, ever since I started, playing when I was younger. And then eventually it happened when I got older and started going to shows and meeting people who, they shared the same exact interest as me and want to play in bands. I've been in 3 bands. My first band was called Above the Surface. My second band was called From These Ashes I Am. And the band I'm in now is Matt Proietto. If I was describing to somebody what it's like to be in a band, as crazy as it might sound, it's like being in a relationship with 4 other people. I mean, you constantly have to work with them and figure out, hey, when are you available to practice? What are you doing? The work it takes is being in a band. Probably the hardest is actually starting up the band, because when you start, you may have a group of guys, you may have some music written, everybody might not enjoy the music one person has written, so it's all about coming together, sacrificing. I may not like a part in a song, but if the band likes it and I know it's for the best of the band, I have to come to terms with, it's the greatest feeling ever to play a show and to see people enjoy your music. The worst parts, it's very time consuming and you sometimes have to make sacrifices that you normally wouldn't want to make. You don't just go to a studio and say, okay, record us. Everything costs money, So it's so much required to almost have a part-time job some of the times, because everything we do, from going and playing shows, that costs money, getting merch printed up, that costs money, recording, that costs money. If I didn't have a job, I wouldn't be able to fund my band with my part of the money, so I wouldn't be able to be in a band. What makes a good show is when people come out, and like when your friends come to your show, that's probably one of the best feelings. And one of the best parts of a show is seeing people that you don't know, that may know your music or don't know your music, get into your music. If we have an upcoming show, we try to practice twice before the show that week, and then we meet up early before the show and we go over our set a few times, and then we usually embark on the journey for the show. I write a majority of the bass parts. What usually happens first is our guitar player, Greg or Ben, they'll write the song and they might put in a bass part, but then it's always open for me to change it and stuff like that. So I usually write all my own bass parts. People perceive that I have nothing going on with my life because I'm in a band. You talk to people like, oh, you're in a band, and when you're younger, it's, oh, you're 16, you're 17, you're in a band, it's cool, but I'm like 21 now. I'm like, no, I actually am doing things. It is definitely something I see myself pursuing after college. It's scary to think that I'll be done college in a year, and the degree I have might not go to use right away, but I have to follow my dreams. Just make sure you check out Maris Lane. We're on Facebook, www.facebook.com/Maris Lane. You can find any of our music online. It's on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, anywhere music's available online.